Hey there, this is Whitney Wimhoff, Pink Cadillac Executive Director with Mary Kay, and I get to walk you through some more information about making the decision on how you want to set up yourself for success with your business. And so we get to go over in this video one of the most critical decisions that you make right away as a brand new consultant in your business, and that's how you want to work with the product. So I'm going to just kind of back up and share my story a little bit with you and with whoever you are watching this video with, so you kind of know where I'm coming from and my history with the company and all of that. But I grew up in Mary Kay. So my mom is an international trainer for the company, and so she started her business before I was even born. She was a teacher at the time, and she was doing this on the side just to kind of make some extra cash to pay student loans. My dad was in pre-med and was in the Air Force, and so her teaching income was all that they had coming in, and she didn't really have enough to cover all the bills. So she started doing this one day a week, just took Sundays, held 3 appointments on Sunday. That was all she did, all she had time for. She was, teaching all week long. So she was doing this, just 3 appointments on Sunday, realized that she was making more doing this one day than she was all week teaching, and just kind of fell in love with the company and the philosophies and the mission behind it and all of that. So she decided at the end of that school year to resign from her tenure, left her teaching position to do this full-time as her career. And then she was 23 at that point, so just kind of supported our entire family as a consultant with her Mary Kay income. And then when I was born, after I think I was about a year old, is when they decided to retire my dad early. So he was 32 and he left his job to help her with her business. So he helped with my sisters and I, basically. We always joke that he said he was gonna leave his job to help her with her business, and we're to this day not really sure what that means because he golfs every day. So I don't really know how that's related, but it's fine. He was stay-at-home dad, I guess. He paid his dues when my sisters and I were little, and helps her, the business side and the office a little bit with her business too. But so he's been retired pretty much my entire life, been home with us, and my mom worked from home. So I had a really uncommon upbringing, having 2 parents at home, and my mom drove a pink car, so pretty much the most normal family in our neighborhood. But because of Mary Kay, they were able to pay for my sisters and I to go to college debt-free, so that was a huge blessing. So I took advantage of that and went to the university here, and started my business my freshman year of college, just to kind of have some extra cash around my class schedule and have that flexibility. And I was interning at an education center at the time as well. My degree was in education and psychology, and so I was interning there. And when I graduated, the education center offered me the director position to run one of their locations in town, and so I thought that was a pretty good gig right out of college, so I decided to take it and worked there for a little while. And I loved what I did there, but I also opened my eyes to the difference between living as an entrepreneur and living as an employee, and was my first good corporate world experience, I guess. And so even though there was a lot of rewarding aspects of that job, I just realized someday when I had my own family and kids, I wanted to have the freedom my parents did, because my parents were always there to take us to school and pick us up and eat lunch with us and go on field trips and go to all our games and recitals and take vacations. And so that was just kind of my normal growing up. And then I was working with all these families that were just stressed out all the time if their kids were sick and they had to leave work, or if schools closed because of the snow, and just things like that they were afraid they were going to lose their jobs if they didn't have anywhere to take their kids. And so I just made a decision right then that I was ready to take my business seriously and turn it into a career. And what I love with this is that you do get to go at your own pace. There's not quotas. There's nothing that you have to do with your business. You are your own boss. You get to decide how you want to run this, what you want this to look like. And so at that point I decided, okay, I'm ready to work for myself completely and make this my career. And so what's nice is that I just took what I was already doing on the side and I just started doing it consistently. So that is the key, consistently, instead of just when I felt like it. So I would hold my consistent few appointments, 2 to 3 a week at that point, and I was already working 50+ hours at the education center. So I just took my meeting nights, my unit meeting night, and I would just invite a bunch of people there, maybe do one other appointment on the weekend or something, but I would just do 2, maybe 3 a week. And then after just a few months of doing that on the side, I was matching my income to what I was making at my corporate job, 50+ hours a week. with my college degree. So it gave me the ability to walk away from that job, and so I did. And so now that's about nine years ago now that I've been doing this full time, and I'm married 5 years, and I have a 3-year-old little boy named Elijah. And so I love that this business has just molded into every stage of life so far, whether I was a student or I was working or I was in school or married, single, no kids, like it's just kind of blended into everything that I had going on. And now at this phase of life with a little one at home, it gives me the freedom of being home, like a stay-at-home mom, being able to have that kind of flexibility, but at the same time provides an executive income that pays for all of my family's expenses and for our quality of life. So I'm really excited to walk you through how you're going to set up your business, because truly the sky is the limit. We don't have any limits in Mary Kay. So there's no limit to how much you can make or how fast you can go with this. It is completely up to you. But how you set yourself up does make a really big difference in how fast you're able to build things and how much money you can start making right away. And so everybody makes 50% commission in our company. Like 50% of your sales is yours. You keep it immediately. Half is for the company, for the product. The other half is yours and goes in your pocket. So you're not waiting for the company to send you a paycheck. You just keep your 50%. So my very first beauty experience when I was a brand new consultant, there was 4 girls there. 2 of them were my friends that were helping me practice, and the other 2 were their roommates, because we lived in the dorms because I was 18. And so we got together in one of our dorm rooms on the floor, and we did a little beauty experience. I had no idea what I was doing. Like, I'm sure I would just cringe probably to go back and be a fly on the wall and watch that first beauty experience. But they bought $600 worth of stuff. So $300 was for the product. The other $300 went in my pocket, and I'm sure it did not even last 24 hours because I was 18 and I had money to burn. So you make that money immediately. It's not anybody else's, it is yours. And so that was one of your avenues of income, and you can watch a different video to go through each of those avenues at a different time. But that's an important one to know as we go through how you want to set up your business with the product. So Mary Kay wanted to give us the option to have product on hand if we chose to, because she knew that it was going to allow us to work our business more professionally versus just passing around a catalog like a fundraiser kind of thing. Like, it was going to allow you to really build a successful business if that is what you're going for. And so she wanted us to have that option so that we could do that if we wanted, but also she wanted to provide kind of a risk-free way of going about that. So what the company did was they put in a buyback guarantee for us. So basically, if you decide you want to have product on hand, you want to invest to have that there so you can work your business with it, then you are able to do that. And then if something happens, like down the road, life happens, not able to work your business anymore for whatever reason, you can actually send the product back to Mary Kay, and they will give you 90% of your money back, which is huge, because there is literally nowhere that you could go and start a business, and if something happened in your life, crisis or whatever reason, something just was not allowing you to move forward with your business, you would not have the opportunity to call the bank up and be like, I want my money back. That just wouldn't happen. So the fact that the company does that is huge. And also that's a huge risk for them, because they would rather risk you send the product back than risk you not start with it and never know how successful you would have been if it would have been there. So that is why they have that in place, because one, they want to protect you and kind of give you that safety net, but they also want you to see success with this right away, and they know that that's going to make a big difference. So they put that in place for you, but it's a huge risk for them, because if you were to send the product back, then they have to eat that money. They can't do anything with it. They have to burn it. They don't know where it's been, what kind of climate it's been sitting in, so they can't do anything with it. So they have to eat that money. So that's like a cut for them, but they would rather do that than you not have the product there, because they want you to see that success. So they basically say, we will take 90% risk on you if you will take a 10% risk on us. And I think that is incredibly generous. So they have that in place for us to know that right off the bat. You've got that buyback guarantee in place, so that they're going to remove the risk from it. The other thing that they have in place is they have an incentive to, if you're deciding to have inventory on hand, if that's how you want to run your business, because you get to decide what kind of customer service you want to provide for them. So if you decided, okay, I want this to be business, I want this to be successful, I want to build a residual income with it, then you want to have product on hand. And so what they do is they have like a period in time. It's like your first so many days of your business that you get to decide, like, if you want to have inventory on hand and then get your inventory order in. And the reason that they give you this like kind of urgent deadline in the beginning is because they want you to be able to start seeing success with your business immediately, so that you don't just kind of sit on the decision forever, because we're really good at doing that as women. Like, just to kind of like be indecisive and just kind of sit and think about it, and then just never get around to it, and then we kind of delay the start of our business, and it's not beneficial to you, it's not beneficial to any customers, because you're excited, you're telling all your friends and family that you're doing this now, and they're wanting to get some product, but you're like, well, I haven't really decided what I'm gonna do with that yet. And then they just kind of like hang out and wait for you to figure out your life and get your ducks in a row, and then sometimes you just wouldn't never take off. Like, it's not a smart way to start your business off. So they want you to have that product there so you can see that success right away. And so what they do is they give you a ton of free product. And the free product, I think, is also genius, because you're able to use all of that for yourself. Maybe not all of it, it's a ton of free products. So you could use some of it, like, and sell it and make 100% profit off of it if you want to, but using a lot of it yourself, because then you're using everything head to toe, and like you're getting to experience it, and you're getting to play with it, and like you can tell people the difference between the liquid foundation and the mineral powder foundation and the CC cream, and like you've played with it all, you've tried it all, like you know how it works and what it feels like. And so if someone's looking for something specific, you can say, oh, I think that this would be great for you, or whatever. So not having to invest in all of your own stuff is a major bonus. So they do the free product there, and they give you that deadline to get all the free product, because they want you to have a sense of urgency when you're starting your business and you're getting set up. So of course you can order an inventory whenever. Like, there's not a point where they're like, nope, you can't do that anymore. Like, you can always do it, but they have all of this free stuff in place to help you have a sense of urgency, so that you're not procrastinating the decision and you can get off and running with it immediately. So they give you a ton of free product, which I'll go over in a minute. They give you a bunch of new business tools. They give you extra stuff to demo, so you have more things to demo at your beauty experiences than just like the basic skincare. You can let someone try like a charcoal mask, or they can do a glycolic peel, or they can do a vitamin C treatment, or a moisture renewing gel mask. Like, when you think about going to a beauty experience in a spa, like, you love the treatments, right? So we have like a whole treatment list of treatments they can choose from, and it's just part of the pull and the excitement for them to want to get together and try the product, that they get to try like a detoxing charcoal mask treatment for free. Like, that would cost them like $60 to go do that same type of treatment at a spa or a dermatologist office. Like, same thing, same professional level ingredients. And so they get to do that for free with you. So it's just part of that draw for them to come and try the product. Of course, they're going to fall in love with it, and they're going to want to buy it, and then you're going to have that 50% profit. So having those extra things to demo are huge, because treatments are like all the rave right now. So you're able to have those things, more business tools, like tons of stuff. So that stuff, that is like the only time that they do that for you, is as a new consultant. Like, I've been in the company now for about 15 years, and they've not done it again for me. It was just right away as a brand new consultant. If you don't take advantage of it, then it's not coming back. They have a lot of other great things that they do for us, and prizes and bonuses, like money bonuses that they throw out all the time. But as far as all of this free product goes, and like business like tools and stuff, it's just for you as a new consultant. So I want you to really take that seriously and have a sense of urgency with it. Okay, what I'm going to show you is this. Actually, let's start with this. I forgot to print this off, so I'm going to just show you on my iPad. Let's see if I can get this. Okay. So this is one of our closing sheets. Can you see that okay? So when we sit down and we do an appointment with someone, one of the worst things that you can do is hand them a catalog, because after they've just tried all of the products and they just experienced it and they like fell in love with it, and then they are loving what they just tried. Like, people are going to buy what you let them try. What you talk about, what you focus on, that is what they're going to be purchasing. But if you give them a catalog that has every single product in it that we make, and every shade and formula and type, like, it is overwhelming. And a confused mind does nothing and buys nothing. It like paralyzes you. So what we like to do is we like to have these set sheets. And so you will be able to have these to use at your appointments. It's a free tool and resource that we provide for you. But what this does is it breaks it down into 3 options. So they have their Ultimate Miracle Collection, like their Miracle Collection that they're using, which is what comes in your starter kit. You have the cleanser, moisturizer, the day cream, then the night cream moisturizers, and then you have the eye cream. You have those in there, so that's like your basic Miracle Collection. And then we like to also do the Microderm, because the Microderm is a deep exfoliator, and everybody needs to be doing a deep exfoliator a couple times a week, along with their normal skincare regimen. So that would be like the Ultimate Miracle Collection. And then the Cadillac Collection is everything that they gotta try. So they had the whole Miracle Collection, they had the Microdermabrasion, step 1 and 2 they gotta try, and then they had the eye makeup remover and the satin lips scrub and balm. They had foundation primer, foundation, all of those things they gotta try at their beauty experience. And so with these different collections, if they do the Cadillac Collection, then they get a better price point on each of the different collections if they purchase it from you on the spot. So that's an incentive for them to want to purchase it right then. So if they do the Cadillac Collection, they not only get a great deal on it, but they also get this roll-it bag for free. And you guys, this is like my favorite thing in the entire world. Okay, this roll-it bag hangs up on the back of the door to keep all of your products off of your bathroom counter. All the husbands who are watching this are like, this saves marriages and friendships with roommates, like keeps everything organized for you. So it hangs up, the little pockets rip right off. So you can just throw it in your bag, take it with you, and then it rolls up like this. Isn't that pretty? You can just stick it under your counter or in your gym bag. The pockets are great because if you're traveling and something like explodes on the airplane, like you can just throw these pockets in the dishwasher. Dishwasher is safe, so it cleans them. It's awesome. So this is the roll-it bag. So at the Cadillac Collection, they get everything they just tried, plus the roll-it bag for free, which is a huge incentive. And then at the bottom of this set sheet, it shows the spa bar items. So there's this whole like row right there of spa bar items. And those are the different treatments we were talking about. So like the charcoal mask, the glycolic peel, the moisture renewing gel mask, like all those kind of things. So what I do is I put the first Miracle Collection in the top pocket, Microderm in the second pocket, and then all the other stuff that they use, like the eye makeup remover, the primer, the satin lips, foundation, all that kind of stuff is in the third pocket. So that's like their Cadillac Collection right there. And then the fourth pocket is for them to put any spa bar items that they want in it. So at the Cadillac Collection, they can pick 3 of the spa bar items half off, which is awesome because that doesn't cost you anything. I mean, that's just, you're giving them your discount basically. But it's getting them started on those treatments, and so it is worth it because then they're going to come back and they're going to reorder it from you. And every time people come back and reorder product from you, you make that 50% profit over and over and over and over and over again. So that is extra money that's coming in without you having to lift a finger, besides maybe to like click a couple buttons and send it to them or put it in a bag and hand it to them when they stop by and grab their product. So you're making that residual income over and over without putting extra time in to make it. So getting them started on the product is huge. So they're getting a great deal on it. They're getting the bag for free. They're getting the half off of the spa bar items that they want. And then they're going to start running out of things individually so they can continue to come back and reorder it from you as they run out. They don't have to buy the whole collection every time at one time. So that is the roll-it bag. Then the Ultimate Miracle Collection is just the first top 2 pockets. So then what I do is then I'll like rip the top 2 pockets off, be like, oh, you don't get the bag anymore, or the satin lips, or eye makeup remover, And you just kind of go through like, this is what you're losing out on, but you do get the Ultimate Miracle collection. So you get the Miracle set plus the Microderm, the scrubby stuff that you got to try. And so you're showing them like a visual. Then the third one, the Miracle set, which is like your jeans and t-shirt kind of girl. That's just this top pocket. And then with the Ultimate Catalog collection, they can pick 2 Spa Bar items half off. And with just the regular Miracle set, they can just pick 1 half off. So the reason we like to focus on 3 sets, 3 different like collections, is because when people generally, like statistically, when they are handed 3 options, they will go with at least the middle one. And the Ultimate Miracle collection is not a bad place to start. So a lot of times though, people will do the whole Cadillac collection. And let me tell you how that happens. When you have product on hand, not only are you able to demo it and show them and have a visual here, but what I like to do, and what we teach a lot of our consultants to do if they have the product on hand to do this, is that they will create these roll-up bags ahead of time with the product that they're selling. So you'll have one that's like your demo one that you're demoing stuff out of, but then you can also have the one that you're selling. So for example, like having pre-made ones here, this is one that's like put together that just has like some pretty stuff in it, so you can make it pretty and stick the boxes in it to fill it out even more as well. But what we like to do is then have these all pre-made for each guest that's going to be at your beauty experience. So let's say you've got 6 women there, and each of these women are going to have their own roll-up bag ready to go. If you are super creative and like to do cute little things, you could even put like their name on it. So when you're pre-profiling them before the appointment and finding out information about their skin, then you could put their name tag on their bag and put it underneath their chair. So when you pull out this closing sheet at the end to show everybody the specials for today, then you're going to let them know that they can reach underneath their chair and grab the bag and have them open it up. So then when you are walking them through the different sets in the collections, they're going to have each of these in front of them. So they can hold it and touch it and look at it, and they know that this is theirs, that they get to take home if they would like, and that they can customize it, they can swap things out, they can put different treatments in it, but it's already pre-made, put together for them out of your inventory. And so when you go to meet with them then individually at the end to close them out and ask them, you know, what they're wanting, you're saying, okay, so tell me about what you loved, and walking them through this. And so asking them, you know, which collection that they're looking at, if they're looking at the Cadillac, the Ultimate, a Miracle. And so a lot of times this is how you sell the Cadillac collection. Like, they want the whole bag. And so if they say like, well, I don't know if I need all of this, I don't know if I will use all of this in my bathroom, or really that's a lie. Like, they'll totally use it. If they have it, they're just thinking about how much money do I want to spend. And so all you have to do is say, okay, that's okay, just go ahead and take out anything you don't want. I mean, think about this. If you just tried a bunch of really awesome products that you were obsessed with, and you were super excited, and they're in front of you, and you know that you get to take these home and use them in your own bathroom that night, it is like physically painful to have to like hand it back, because psychologically we know that the more we hold on to something, like are physically touching something and holding on to it, the harder it is to let go of it. So if you're walking around the store holding onto that sweater trying to decide if you want to buy it, and you've been walking around, you've been holding it, you're probably just going to buy it. Like, you're not going to go to put it back like you want it, you're just going to get it. Or if you're spring cleaning and you're going through your closet and you're trying to decide now, like, do I want to get rid of this sweater? I don't know, I mean, I haven't worn it in 5 years. But if you're holding it and just staring at it and holding it, the longer you do that, the higher the chances that you're gonna just put it back in your closet. Like, the least likely you are to let go of it. So same concept with the product. If it is in front of them and they're holding it and touching it and they know it, that this is theirs, that they get to take home, and it's so beautiful, and they want this hanging in their bathroom. And friends, as women, I don't know if you've noticed this, but we shop emotionally. So when we get to try something on and we love it, like say you go to the store and you find a pair of jeans, and if it's perfectly. Like, your booty looks good, the length is perfect, makes you look super skinny. Like, you're already thinking, I know where I'm gonna wear these. I know what I'm gonna wear them with. Like, we are emotionally like justifying why we need these jeans in our life. We do not need anyone to tell us that they look great. We know that they look great. Like, doesn't matter if we don't have two pennies to rub together, we're gonna figure out a way to get them because we are resourceful, we are women. And so that is just how we shop. So when they are trying something on and they can feel the difference in their skin and the foundation matches perfect and the mascara makes their lashes so long and like their skin is so bright and they haven't like felt this confident in themselves in a long time, like they are going to purchase the product. And if they can take it home, that statistically when people can take something home, they will buy 3 times more than if they have to wait for it. So that means by having that product there, you are making 3 times more than you are without it. So having it there, allowing them to have that emotional purchase, because if it's not there and they just fell in love with all this product and they know like, okay, well, great, you can order this. Like, there's really not much stopping them from saying, well, let me think about it. Like, I'm gonna go talk to my husband, or I'm gonna go just think about it, or whatever. Like, the chances of them coming back and ordering it are slim. Same thing if you walked away from those jeans at the mall. Doesn't matter how perfect they fit. Like, life starts to just kind of get in the way. It's not really a priority anymore. You kind of forgot how great they fit. Like, the excitement just dies down. So the chance of you coming back and going back and purchasing them like decreased dramatically if you weren't able to take them with you right then for whatever reason. You had to order the right length or whatever. That happens to me all the time. Like, I can always try jeans on and they're never the right length. You can order extra longs online and then I'm just like, okay, I'll do that, and then I don't. So when you have that product there, so those are, I think there's so many advantages of having product on hand, but the 2 biggest is that you make more money immediately, so 3 times more immediately, and then you also make more money long term because you're able to build a customer base, because this is not just a one-time sale, because they're going to continue to come back and reorder it from you. Since we don't compete with each other, we don't try to take each other's customers. So when they are your established customer, they are yours. You can't get product from the company as a customer. You have to go through a consultant. So when they run out of their mascara and their face wash and their foundation and everything that comes in this bag, they're going to wash it down the drain morning and night. They're gonna need more, so they're gonna come back, they're gonna reorder it from you, and you're making that 50%. So even though I did this part-time in college, 15 years later, I am still making money off of something I did when I was 18, because they're still my customers today, because they know that they can come get the product when they run out of it. Because if they run out of their cleanser and they have to wait 5 to 7 days for a new one, like, they're gonna go somewhere else. They're not gonna stop washing their face for a week. So my customers have stuck with me all of this time because they know that it is convenient. I have a customer that every time she runs out of her foundation, like, it's like the night before she leaves on a business trip, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna stop by after work. I'm leaving for California or Colorado or wherever in the morning. And if I didn't have that foundation for her, like, she would be going to California with a naked face, and that would not be good. So she has stuck with me all these years because she knows that I have her shade, that I have her back, that I've got it there. Plus, it's like, how many times have you gone to the store? Like, you went to Target for like toothpaste or something, and then you walk out like $150 later and you have no idea what you just bought. You just like, what did I just do? I just came in for one thing. They do the same thing when they come to pick up their reorders. So what I do is I offer them 10% discount if they come pick up their product from me, so I'm not having to run around and deliver it, which is another nice thing about having the product, is like, as soon as they order it from you, you're just able to give it to them. You're not having to like go home then and place the order and then wait for it and then go take it to them, and like, you just can give it to them right on the spot. So when they run out of products, instead of me running around and delivering them their reorders, I give them 10% off. They just want to come and pick it up from me. And most of them do that then, because they'll just swing by and grab it on a lunch break or after work or something. And so I have like a little box outside my front door that I put orders in, that they just come and grab it, and they either leave the check for me, or I just keep their card on file for a lot of them, so I just charge their card for them. But so when they do that, like, a lot of times if I know if we have new spring products out or we've got whatever, like, I'll have them come in and they'll see all my products on my shelf, and they're like, oh, like, I need, like, you know, say they came for new mascara, and they're like, oh, I am going to be out of my eye makeup remover soon. Like, oh, I do need some cleanser, or you know what, actually I'm getting kind of low on my whole set. Maybe I'm just going to get that. Like, oh, what are those new spring colors? Like they just kind of like start, it's like the same thing. Like they came for a $15 mascara and they left with like $150 worth of stuff because it's convenient. It was right there. Might as well just grab it now. Like it totally increased my sale. If I just was ordering them a mascara, then that's all I would have been ordering them. But since I had the product there, made it convenient, they left with way more product. So it just increases not only your immediate sale, but then the reorders as well. Because they're also going to start, like they're also using all the things that they love, and they're like, you know what, I've actually been thinking about trying that charcoal mask, like throw that in there too, or tell me more about this again, and I'll have like things laid out, like, oh, have you seen this, or I thought about you for this, like you should, and they'll take the demo and I'll try it on like the back of their hand or something so they can feel it. Like, I mean, you don't have to sit down and do a whole appointment. Like they're pretty easy sales because it's, again, emotional connection. They love it. They're thinking, oh, I've got this party this week and it'd be great to do like a glycolic peel beforehand or whatever. Like that is how we operate as women. So it is the easiest thing ever to market. That is why Mary Kay chose skincare and cosmetics. It is recession proof, it is consumable, and everybody has skin. So it is the easiest thing to market, especially for women. So, so having the product there makes a big difference in how much money you're making. That's going to be the biggest advantage. Allows you to work professionally, saves you time. You're not driving around delivering it everywhere. People take you seriously. They know that this is like a serious business for you, that this is just like this fun little hobby thing that you're doing. They take you seriously as a business owner. So lots of great advantages. So what I'm going to show you now is I'm going to walk you through the options on how this works. So I do realize that this is going to be backwards in the screen. But you have this same sheet in your new consultant packet, and then it's also on the new consultant page on our website. There's a picture there. So I'm just going to walk through this again because I know that we do this during your orientation, but it's a lot of information and a lot of like numbers and X's and columns on here, and it's just doesn't hurt to hear it again. So I'm going to go through each of these columns. That first one on the left where it says stores, these are the different store amounts. So there's an extended full store, a full store, emerald, diamond, ruby, sapphire. So that is the wholesale amount. That's what we order the products for. We buy everything from Mary Kay for $1, sell it for $2. So you buy a face wash for $10, you sold it for $20, you keep the other $10. Super simple. So that second column then, that is the investment. So that is all that is that first number, that first wholesale number, just including tax and shipping, so that you remember that there's going to be tax and shipping in your order. Now, pay attention to this, I did round these numbers up a little bit because tax is different in different states, so I can't ever tell someone like this is exactly how much it's going to be. So I rather you be surprised you're using less than I told you than be surprised you're using more. So I just rounded it up a few $100s. So just kind of like put that on the shelf and have that in the back of your mind. The tax is also recoverable. So you are going to be charging your customer tax. So you're charging them the tax rate that it is in your state, because that's the tax rate that the company is going to charge you on your product. And so when you are selling the product, you are charging them the same tax rate as your state, and you are making that tax back when you sell the product. The other thing that this investment includes is the shipping. Now the shipping's like $10. I think it's like 9 something. And so that's really not a big deal at all. Like if you're ordering like a full store of inventory, $9, $10, like nothing. But if you're just ordering a mascara, it's still like $10, and that's like your profit. So it's nice when that product is there, because then you're only having to pay shipping every once in a while when it's time to restock, versus every time someone orders something from you. So tax and shipping is in that investment flat rate for the shipping. The third column is a much happier number. That is your gain. So that includes like the amount you sold. That includes then the profit, because you're doubling your investment because you're selling it and making 50% profit on top of it. So it includes what you sold, how much you made on top of it, and includes the free product the company's offering in your first like so many days of your business. So Each of these come with extra free stuff. They all come with demo stuff, supplies, all those things we were talking about. The higher up you go, the more free you're gonna get. You can obviously do whatever you want with that free product. That's totally up to you. I encourage you to use it for yourself. You can do whatever you want. Then the rest of it, those green X's are gonna show you like what comes with each of those levels. So the sapphire on up to the bottom one on up, they're all gonna give you like some skincare to have on your shelf. So that is important to have some skincare. That's the main thing we focus on. It's also going to give you some of the treatments like the charcoal masks and the peels and the things like that we were talking about, my makeup removers. And then it's going to automatically make you a star consultant. So if you remember us talking about that during your orientation, that's where you get to pay prizes from the company. You get all the perks of ordering early. The company sends you referrals, all kinds of things. So you would automatically just be a star consultant for the quarter. So when you, in terms of those roll-up bags, when you are doing that first sapphire level, that gives you 4 of those roll-up bags to have on hand so that you're able to have like a group of 4 people in front of you and they each would have their own roll-up bag to sell, to purchase from you. Then the next level up, the Ruby, is going to allow you to start having some of the cosmetics on hand, so some of the color products. So it gives you like one of each, like eye color, cheek color, lip gloss, things like that, like the popular shades. The nice thing about that is that you're able to show them what they look like in person versus like, here's a picture. They can actually see the color. The downfall though of having one of each is you only have one of each. So as soon as like you sell one, you're out and have to like restock it right away. Or if 2 people want the same shade from you, then they have to like draw straws and like one person gets to take it home and the other person has to wait. So the next level up, that diamond level actually would give you like multiple of the different shades, so you're not having that issue. But with going back down to the Ruby, so the Ruby would give you, for those roll-up bags, that would give you 6 roll-up bags. So you got 4 with sapphire, you would get 6 fully put together roll-up bags with the Ruby plus some color products. And then with the diamond, that's going to give you 8 roll-up bags plus cosmetics, and also plus the brush sets and the compacts, applicators, brush cleaners, those kind of things. So the really cool thing about our compacts is that our compacts are magnetic, and I've never seen anyone else have anything like that. And so your customers can actually customize what goes in their compacts. So they get to choose what colors go in there. If they're done with the color, they just pop it out. They don't have to replace the whole palette. Like, they're not having to buy a whole palette of colors when they only wanted 2 of the shades. Like, it is just so much more convenient for them. They get to build their own compact, which is a really great like beauty experience idea, like to do like a create a compact or have like a beauty bar, like a compact bar or something with all the colors out, and they get to pick which goes in their compact, and like just tons of ideas. So when it comes down to the cosmetic products, like the colors, when I put together your inventory order, I make sure that it's all the popular shades. I don't usually include like bright blues or greens or anything like that unless you want them, just because I don't want you to have anything that just sits on your shelf that you're not moving right away. I want it to be all like popular things that I know sell like quickly. I mean, everything that Mary Kay makes, they're really great about only carrying things that are popular, but I want things that you're going to be showing right away that people are going to be like buying immediately. So that gives you, let's see, that was the diamond. Then the next one up is the emerald. So I'm just kind of going through this across as we go. So the next one, the emerald, that's going to give you 10 roll-up bags packed and put together, plus the compacts, plus the brush sets, compacts, applicators, all that stuff. And then you also get body care. So body care is going to be like the satin hands and feet. We have a whole satin body collection that has a Shea scrub, body scrub, which has actually got the Allure's Best of Beauty for a body scrub. So we have the best body scrub available, which is fun to know. And then there's a Shea body wash, Shea body lotion. There's like a toning, like cellulite gel, like lotion for your whole body. It's basically like the eye cream on your body. Like it's like got the same anti-aging complex that we use in the skincare in it. So it's like anti-aging for your whole body. Like those kind of things you can have with the body care. Then next one, the full store. That's going to give you And then additionally, basically you're going up like a couple different, like more roll bags with each level as you go up if you haven't noticed that pattern yet. So you're getting more the roll bags, you're getting also all those other things, cosmetics, brush sets, body care, and then a full demo. So full demo is basically, instead of in your starter kit, you have these like color cards with little sponge tip applicators that you have to demo like the color products, which are great. Those are already in your starter kit, you have them to use. Some people like to take like an actual compact with the colors in it and like a brush set and let people demo them that way, because it allows them, like, then they just clean the brushes between each use and the compact lasts forever. So you're not having to keep buying like samples and applicators. However, those are really, they're not expensive, so that's not a big deal, but it's just a little advantage of it, I guess. I choose to demo it that way because I feel like people get a better application when they're using the brushes instead of like, I feel like when they're using the little sponge tip applicators, sometimes they're spending more time like laughing at themselves trying to get the product on their face than they are actually enjoying the quality of the product. So I like to use the brushes because they get a better application. They feel better about the colors, they feel better about the way they look when they're leaving the appointment, but also they're using it the way that they're going to use it at home. Like, here's your compact with your colors, here's your brush set, we're teaching them how to use the brushes. So then they feel confident in purchasing all of that because they know, like, okay, I can go home and I can repeat that process. But if you're just kind of talking to them about it and they're using this little sponge tip applicator, if they're not really a big like glamour girl, they might be kind of nervous to take it home, like to purchase the color like cosmetics aspect, because they don't think that they're gonna be able to go home and like duplicate what they just did with you, because all they were using was the little sponge tip applicator and the little sample. However, you have the samples in your kit, so you can absolutely just use those. It is not a necessity to demo the actual full-size colors. Like, you can still earn a pink Cadillac demoing the samples, okay? So I don't want you to feel like you have to demo the full-size color products, but it is an option if that's important to you. Just depends on what's important to you, depends on how you want to run your business. Like, if you love the color side, like I'm a glamour girl. I love to help like do makeup for weddings and things, so I have all of the color products to demo. That's just a personal choice of mine, so it's totally up to you. So with the full store, it would allow you to have more room to do that. I have had some people who did the full store and they just kind of kept the product on their shelf, and then it was just there. If they decided they wanted to take it off and start demoing it, then they could. Anything you're using for yourself or using to demo is also a tax write-off. Your inventory investment is a tax write-off. Your starter kit is a tax write-off. You are your own business. You're a sole proprietor. You work from home, so you have lots of deductions and tax write-offs and benefits. So I have a friend who's an engineer, and she started this business just to have the tax write-offs, and now she is an executive Cadillac director like myself, and she is no longer working in her engineer job. And she did not see it going that way when she started her business, because she just started for the tax write-offs, but here she is now. So it is great tax advantages. Okay, now what was I saying? Okay, full store. So that's the full store option. Then the next one, that top one, is the extended full store, and that's going to include, like, it's going to give you some of like the men's line, fragrances, perfumes, colognes, like those kind of things. So those are, we have awesome fragrances, really yummy colognes, but if you don't feel like you have a huge market for fragrances right off the bat, I do not encourage you to do that top one, because I just feel like that's not usually a huge market for a brand new consultant. Like, when you're doing appointments, like all the other things people are going to be trying before the fragrances. Occasionally you're going to have like a few people that might ask about them, but your director, like myself, like I have all the fragrances on hand. So if you come to like my unit meetings or your adopted director's unit meetings, and she probably has them as well, like if someone needs to smell something, then you can bring them to an event or something like that. But and then you could start stocking them later, on if you chose to. But I feel like starting out in the beginning, unless you feel like you just have a ton of people, that like some cultures, fragrance is huge. So that would be different. If you feel like fragrance is huge in your culture and you want to have that on hand immediately because people are going to be ordering it from you right away, great. But if not, I don't want you having a bunch of perfume sitting on your shelf looking pretty. Like, it's just not like necessary. So just cross the top one off if that is the case. So that's the chart. Then you have the 90% buyback guarantee obviously in place. The cool thing about taking advantage of all of the free product is that basically covers the other 10%, because then you just got all of this free stuff, and that you can either sell and make 100% profit for, or use yourself or whatever you're wanting, but that, I mean, covers like the 10% investment, so, or risk or whatever. So you have that safety net there. Make sure to check out my other video that walks you through how to, like, what that looks like managing, like, your money management aspect of having inventory on hand, and what that's going to look like when if you're going to finance it, because I think probably like 90% of consultants finance their inventory. That's what I did when I got started, was I financed it through my bank. The company has other options now, like the Mary Kay card that's 0% interest for at least your first year. You get 3% cash back on every dollar you spend on products. A lot of people use the cash back to apply towards the card. It's like another $100 off of your inventory order as well with the Mary Kay card. And then they give you the card number immediately, so you can turn around and like use it that day. Just make sure to write the card number down or like screenshot it, because otherwise it takes like 10 days for the card to come in the mail, and then you've most likely like missed your deadline for your free product. So write it down. So financing is an option, but I have a video that'll walk you through what that looks like and paying off your financing, because you're using your profit from your business. Part of your profit is to pay off your financing. You're not taking money from your other job or your savings account or wherever to pay off that financing. You are using your Mary Kay money, and I walk you through what that process looks like and how quickly that can be done using your business. Because it's meant to be an investment that's going to make you more money with it than without it. So in your new consultant packet, there is a page. It's also on the new consultant page on our website that goes through my mom's example with having the product on hand and how she paid it off. Like, because she not only paid off her inventory right away with her business, because she had a lot, like, I was 18 and living in the dorms when I invested in my inventory, but it had more adulting going on, because they had like tons of debt because of all these credit card bills that she had maxed out and everything, because their teaching income wasn't paying like all the bills for the entire family since my dad was in school and stuff. So they had all this debt maxed out. They had a car that was breaking down that they were still making payments on, that they were sharing between the two of them. Like, just not a great financial situation. So you would look at that and think like, okay, like, she can't even pay the bills that she has. Like, why would she go get financing for something else? But because she did, it not only allowed her to pay off her inventory really quickly, but she paid down all that debt in 6 months. Just doing this 1 day a week. She was still just doing this on Sundays. And so including one of their student loans, completely paid off in 6 days. Or sorry, 6 days would be great. 6 months doing this 1 day a week. And so then after that, she left her teaching job in that school year. My dad then retired, and now she's made about $9 million with her career with Mary Kay. And I believe that having that product there was really the reason that she was so successful, because because this is not a requirement. Inventory is not a requirement, so I would never want you to feel that way, but I feel like it's so important, because I kind of feel like I owe my life to her making that decision. Because when she started this business, when you think about that, she's working all week long as a teacher, and then she's working in the evenings grading papers, and she's got 2 days off, her Saturday and Sunday, 2 days that she's got with her family, and she's taking one of those days then to work this new business. And basically all the cards stacked against her in order to do that. And so when you think about that, like, if she was taking that 1 day that she had away from her family to do this business, and she was making 3 times less because she didn't have the product there, like, I feel like, looking at that realistically, it would have been really easy for her to throw the towel in and just give up and go home, because, like, you would think, like, okay, is this really worth it? But since she was making 3 times more because the product was there, and realizing, okay, this is more than I made all week teaching, then the evidence was there. And she was like, okay, we can do this. It gave her that confidence. It allowed her to keep continuing growing her business. And so I feel like my life would be so much different if she was still a teacher. Like, I would not have had all of the opportunities and the options that I've had in my life. My school, my sister and I's college education most likely would not have been paid for with a check if she was still a teacher. Like, it just, so many things would have changed. And because of that ripple effect of then where, I like to think even if she wasn't in Mary Kay, that Mary Kay still would have found me at some point in my life. But if it hadn't, like, who knows what my life would look like. And I feel like because I met my husband in college, so she paid for my college education. I met him at the university, and then it's now provided for our life and my son's life, and it's given him the options that he's going to have growing up and be able to pay for his education, college education with a check, and pay for his first vehicle so that he has a safe, reliable vehicle to drive, and all of our other future children that we have. Like, it's completely changed the trajectory of her life. Like, she did not know when she was making that decision that it was going to make an impact on her future grandchildren. Like, she was just deciding if she was going to invest in product for her business or not. Like, she was just trying to decide in that moment, like, what she wanted to do for that moment. She did not think of the generational impact that that decision was going to make. So even though this is not a requirement, I really want you to think about just what this could do for your life. And I feel completely comfortable, like, having this serious conversation with you because I know that they have the buyback guarantee. I know that you're not taking really a risk investing in product. I know that the company's got your back. They are protecting you. They have that safety net available to you. But I have seen all sides of this business. I have seen consultants work with the product and without the product and the difference. I have mentored consultants to do it both ways, and I've watched how easy it is to have product there. So if it is an option to have that product there, then I feel like it is incredibly important. But I've also watched what this company can provide for your life, because my entire life is the evidence of exactly what Mary Kay intended for this business to be. Mary Kay operates 21 cents on the dollar. So 79% of the company's revenue comes back to us. For 55 years, multi-billion-dollar company, completely debt-free. We're in 40 countries. It is a strong, solid company. And so I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that this is one of the most lucrative, amazing companies to be a part of and worth investing in. And yet you're worth investing in your future for your family. So if you were my sister, I would give you the exact same advice if you're my flesh and blood, because my sister is a consultant on my team. I signed her up when she was able to get her starter kit, and so she has inventory. Same with my younger cousin, who's quite a few years younger than me, and so once she was of age to start her business, I signed her up and she got inventory. My aunt is on my team. She has inventory. Like, it's just, I would give you the same advice if you were my family. So if you have questions, or anyone you're watching this with, your family, friends, spouse has any questions, I am more than happy to answer anything for them and walk them through the marketing plan and anything that you need. I am here to serve you and support you, and I am here to serve you and support you regardless of what you decide to do with product. If you have product on hand or if you don't, that does not change how I work with you. You still have access to me and all of the support systems. None of that changes, but it's really important to me to walk you through all of your decisions so that you can make an educated one and that you know all of the facts and everything that's available to you with this business, because it can absolutely change your life. So there you go. Let me know if you need anything.